Today is Monday, the 17th of November, and the number of the day, Melissa, is 20. Pretty obvious because we are entering G20 week. And of course, as business, we are extensively covering the Business 20 on Wednesday and Thursday as well, and all the side events.
Exactly. And the B20 was actually formed in 2010, and this is after the 2008 financial crisis. I don't know if you all remember the big housing price bubble there in the US, and it's spilled. No, we can't forget that. And it spilled over to many places in the world. Luckily, South Africa was quite guarded against that crisis.
So I went to a B20 side event today, the SA Business for Impact, SABI. Business Initiative, for Impact. So that is, it was spearheaded by NASPAS, the UN was there, and they want to work with government. This is business and government working together to build on what the B20 has found and to help South Africa achieve its developmental goals. Remember, the UN has put 2030 as the time for the whole world to cut inequality and poverty. Apparently, we're only a third of the way there. But this is about business helping South Africa to bring down those divides.
No, definitely. And I think if there's some way to track, and especially with South Africa being the host this year, it has been a lot Africa focused. But I just think there's such immense potential on the continent. And the interviews that I've done with some of these task forces also really validate the fact that it's not just us thinking we're amazing. There is a lot of potential in the African continent, and it would be really disappointing, let's put it that way, if all that work, all that focus, just because it is going to the US next year, is just lost.
Is lost. One of the big things for me today and across our sort of efforts is digitization in Africa. So I did hear some interesting stats that about 90% of Africa right now has access to internet, but that's theoretical, right? There's some satellite or a mast near them. Only in the 30s, internet penetration is only in the 30s. So imagine the change for small businesses trying to trade in Africa. If the business owner had a handset, so they were talking about bringing the cost of handsets down, and then had Wi-Fi on their phone. So bringing down the cost of data. I don't know why the cell phone companies can't just step in and do that. Apparently governments are putting tariffs on handsets. So they're trying to convince governments to reduce the tariffs on low cost handsets. And what a difference that would make.
Yes, and we'll definitely see this week, like you said, we are going to have that full on coverage at the B20. And hopefully we can get to all those people we need to ask the questions to.
All right. And that is the number that raises a myriad of questions that we will be asking this week. And that is a wrap.